Hi friends, welcome back to the kitchen. Welcome if you're new. I'm Cheryl, this table full of joy. And friends, I've got two more exciting recipes for you guys using up all of your Thanksgiving leftovers. We always have so many, and what do you do with them? So last night, if you missed it, I shared a video with two incredible recipes using your leftover stuffing, turkey, gravy, crescent rolls. I'll leave a link in the description for those things if you want to check it out. Tonight we've got two more recipes. We are watching football tonight. Our Oregon Ducks are playing, hence the Oregon Ducks shirt. So I'm making two fun recipes that are just going to be kind of snack food for us to sit and watch the game with. I'm excited to try both of these recipes. So let's get these done because the game is on and I want to get in there and watch it. So we are making a turkey leftover, Thanksgiving leftover pizza. And I'm excited about this. So the recipe originally calls for a homemade pizza crust. Let's face it, friends, a lot of times during the holidays, we don't have time for that. And so we are going super easy. We are gonna just use one of these bobbly crusts. I think they're gonna be perfect. I don't see any reason to do anything else. So we're gonna get our turkey and everything put on this. This is gonna be an incredible and easy recipe, super fast. And this uses a little bit of your leftover gravy. So I'm gonna drizzle just a little bit of my gravy on here. I don't want a whole bunch because I'm not trying to make this wet. I'm trying to get this, just a little bit of moisture on this crust with that gravy. I'm gonna use my spoon or my brush and just kind of brush this out a little bit. Kind of gives you a little base layer for your pizza. I'm gonna use my brush, just kind of brush it out just a little bit, get that gravy distributed. I'm gonna put this in my new convection oven. I told you guys, if you missed that one, hubby got me an early Christmas present at Costco a couple weeks ago. And so he got me one of the, it's called a Gourmia, I think is the brand. It's a convection toaster, air fryer, all the things. And I'm excited. I've used it several times. I love it already. So let's get our turkey or our cheese on here. I'm using a smoked fresh mozzarella. You can use whatever kind of cheese you want to put on it. I just thought this smoked mozzarella would be incredible on this. So I'm going to give this a good base layer of our smoked mozzarella right down here on our crust. Now this is not supposed to be your traditional like super cheesy pizza. This is a pizza that's going to have turkey on it. It's going to have a little bit of stuffing on it. It's got your cheese, your bread, and then you're going to bake this. And then just as it comes out of the oven, you're gonna put a little bit of your fresh made or canned, whatever kind of cranberry sauce your family uses. You're gonna put a little bit of that on here as just a little bit of a topping. But you wanna make sure you get enough cheese on this. It's not supposed to be super cheesy, but you definitely want there to be enough cheese on here that you know this is a pizza. Fresh cheese definitely grates a little bit different. I'm gonna grab what I spilt on the counter. Use my thumb and just kind of spread this out a little bit. Like I said, I don't want to get too much on here. Now I'm using a deli turkey because I have not cooked a turkey yet. Obviously it's not Thanksgiving, so I have not cooked the turkey. So I don't have any leftover turkey per se. So I'm just using a store-bought deli turkey. That's what I used last night for the other recipes that I did. It works perfect. But when you have your leftover Thanksgiving turkey, that's what I would use. All right, a little bit more. And I think I will save just a little bit of this to go on the top of this after I get the rest of our stuff on it, because we have just a little bit of some ingredients to put on here. All right, like I said, I'm using a deli turkey that I asked them to slice up. We are going to tear this. I'm not going to leave big huge pieces or slices. I want this to be torn because this would essentially be like a shredded leftover turkey that you have. So I'm going to just take this sliced turkey and just tear it up, sprinkle this all over our pizza crust. I'm actually excited to try this. I think it's going to be incredible. This is a recipe that is definitely perfect for doing, you know, like the Friday after Thanksgiving. You know, people go out, they Good Friday shop. Some people like to sit back and watch all the football games that are on TV. This is something easy that you can throw together when you get home from Black Friday shopping and just put this out for everybody to kind of nibble on it. If you're not Black Friday shopping and you're more into watching the games, then this is perfect game food. The day after Thanksgiving, uses up all your turkey leftovers, gives you a really good excuse to use up pretty much everything, your gravy, your turkey, you know, pretty much all of that stuff. We're using the gravy as a base. We're putting our stuffing on here in just a second. We all have, you know, leftover cheese from those cheese boards. You know, we always put out cheese boards. So I'm just using some stovetop stuffing. Like I said, it's not Thanksgiving yet here, so I have not made stuffing yet. My husband loves stovetop. So we're just gonna sprinkle a little bit. The nice thing about this stuffing being on here is the stuffing's gonna get a little bit crunchy, which I think is gonna be incredible texture on this. That bread is gonna get nice and soft, or nice and crunchy, and I think it's gonna be absolutely incredible. We're not doing a whole bunch. This is not supposed to be a loaded, you know, 5-pound pizza. This is supposed to be just a little bit on the top, just to give us that little bit of a, you know, kind of a Thanksgiving crunch. Like I said, the cranberries are gonna be the last thing we're gonna put on this after it comes out of the oven, because we don't want those to burn. All right, I think that's gonna be enough stuffing. All right, I'm going to grate up the rest of this cheese because I want to put a little more cheese on the top. So I need to slide that over. I'm going to grate this up really quick. And since there's not much left, might as well go ahead and use it up. And that only took a couple slices of turkey for that entire pizza. So these, you know, like I said, if you want to do the homemade pizza crust, by all means do that. But friends, let's face it, by the day after Thanksgiving, we're all done in the kitchen and ready to just relax. And so why not take a little bit of help from the store? If you are not a fan of the bobbly crust, you can use whatever crust you would like. You can use the, a lot of the stores have their fresh made pizza dough you can buy. You can do that. You can do the Pillsbury in the tube pizza crust if you want to. You can use flatbread. You can use pretty much any of that stuff is going to be fine. All right, last little bit of cheese. And then this is going to go in the oven at probably 375. And we're going to cook it for probably about 15 minutes. And while it's doing that, we're going to do our other recipe, which I'm super excited about. All right, so here's my pan. This is the pan that my oven came with. So we're going to slide that right on there. This is going to go in our 350 or 375 oven. We're going to do our other recipe. And our other recipe is a Thanksgiving leftover crunch wrap. Now, it says it's a crunch wrap, but no, it does not have the crunchy tortilla, but it is using a big flour tortilla. And the reason I love this idea was because these can be cooked, or these can be cut into pieces, you know, like a pizza, and everybody can have some. I don't have leftover mashed potatoes, so I'm using some of the Bob Evans mashed potatoes tonight. They're gonna be fine. All right, now you wanna be really careful that you are not adding too much to the center of these, because we need to be able to fold this up. So we're gonna put on our mashed potatoes. Like I said, make sure that you're really careful that we're going to be able to close this thing up all the way around. Make sure you've got plenty of room. Just like that. I've got a can of green beans. Now you would have your leftover, you know, green beans from your Thanksgiving dinner. So we're going to put in just a little bit of green beans. Like I said, we're not packing these because you don't want to get it so full that we can't close it. So a little bit of our green beans on here. And because I'm using deli turkey, I'm going to just put a whole slice on here. It's going to be easiest for me. There's no reason for me to tear it up. It's going to be totally fine. Now this does not have the gravy with it, but I would serve gravy on the side. All right, I'm going to put one more piece in here. That was a half piece. All right, just like that. So there's our turkey, and we're still able to fold this up. That's what we want. We're going to do a little bit of our stuffing right here in the center. We're just going to break this piece up all over in here. So we have a little bit of stuffing in each bite, just like that. Right, now I have a little bit of white cheddar. You can use whatever kind of cheese you want, or whatever kind of cheese you have on hand is totally going to be fine. So we're going to grate a little bit of this over here on the board so we can distribute it. And this is going to get cooked just like a Crunchwrap in your skillet. That's what I thought was such a cool idea. I think that's going to be plenty of cheese, probably too much, but I'm going to have to make another one when hubby gets home. He's not here yet, so I'll have to make another Crunchwrap for him when he gets here. So, all right, and we're going to put on our cheese. Like I said, we're still need to make sure that we're careful that we can still close this thing up all the way, which we can. That's what we're aiming for. And the last thing we need to do is a little bit of cranberry sauce. And we're not going to go super crazy with this. I think I'm actually going to put just I'm going to put just a spoon right here, because as this gets hot, that cranberry sauce is going to sink and kind of melt down into this Crunchwrap. All right, so we're going to fold our Crunchwrap up, get this all the way covered up, get it nice and tight. We're going to be able to do it. Oh, we're going to have to cut a little piece of tortilla. All right, let's grab our tortillas. Let's put this right here on the top. All right, now let's get it folded up. All right, we're gonna get our pan heated up and we're gonna get this dropped in there. So we have our Crunchwrap all closed up. We're gonna drop this down in our pan, making sure we keep our seams closed, just like that. We're gonna let this cook on this side, then we'll flip it over. We're gonna flip this over. Look at that. That is gonna be delicious. We're gonna let this cook on the other side and this will be ready to cut. All right, friends, here is our Crunchwrap. It is beautiful all the way around. We're gonna cut this. Now this did not have gravy in it, so we're gonna use the gravy on the side. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cut our Crunchwrap. I think I'm just gonna cut it in half. You could cut these in quarters if you wanted to, but there is our Crunchwrap. You can see everything in there. You can see our mashed potatoes, our green beans, our turkey, our stuffing, our cranberries. Everything is in there in one bite. All right, got our gravy. I'm gonna give it a little dunk. Look at that, friends. Look at that. Oh my word. That's gonna be a good bite. Wow. That is incredible. Oh my word. Wow. I have no words. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And for somebody that doesn't like their food to touch or a lot of things mixed up, this is absolute heaven. That is so delicious. Can't wait for this pizza to get done. I'm gonna pull our pizza out of the oven. We've got our cheese. is all melted on there. That looks incredible. Our stuffing did get a little bit chunky on here. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna put cranberry on all of it because I think that's gonna really get soggy. So I'm gonna cut this pizza and I'm gonna just serve the cranberry sauce on the side. That way, if you want cranberry sauce on it, you can have cranberry sauce. If you're not a cranberry sauce fan, you don't have to. But I think this is going to be absolutely incredible. Cannot wait to try this. Let's get a piece of our pizza. Look at that cheese pull, friends. Oh my gosh. Yum. All right, let's put a little bit of cranberry on this. You want to kind of spread it out. Get a little bit here and there. So you get a little bite of cranberry in that pizza. And every bite, look at that. All right, friends, let's give this one a taste. I'm excited about this. I know it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be blazing hot, but that's okay. Oh my gosh. Friends, I don't even know what to say right now. My mind is blown by both of these recipes. Oh my word. I'm going to go sit and eat this, watch some football, go Ducks. Friends, don't throw away your leftovers and don't just reheat them. Make some incredible things like this. This pizza is incredible. The Crunchwrap is incredible. The ones we made yesterday, the stuffing balls we made yesterday, and the crescent roll stuffed with Havarti and turkey and cranberry sauce are incredible. I'll leave a link in the description box for that video if you guys missed it. Make all 4 of these. Like I said, don't just reheat your leftovers. Do something incredible just like this, friends. It's going to be tasty. Your friends are going to love it. Your family's going to love it. It's going to make your Thanksgiving that much better on those busy days after the holiday. So get in your kitchen and make these things. Friends, thank you guys so much for joining me. I can't wait to share some more Thanksgiving recipes with you guys next week. Got some fun things coming up. I know it's been really sporadic. I appreciate you guys being patient with me with my posting, but trying to get back into a schedule and start to get some more content out for you guys. But Thanksgiving is the time of year to do that. So I'm excited to share some things with you. I hope you guys will stick around. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and friends, we'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day and God bless.